Ryan Avery from the Oklahoma.
Yeah, Creed, some more struggles on the offensive lines and protection and penalties and things like that. Is this becoming more concerning to you, that the ability to fix this moving forward?
Yeah, it's definitely concerning. It's 3 games right now. We're not where we want to be, and most of the stuff that's been happening is fixable stuff. But for some reason, whatever reason it is, we're not taking that next step like we need to. I'm going to put that on myself as the leader of this offensive line, leader of this offense, leader of this team. We're not taking those steps that we need to take. I'm going to put that on myself. That's my fault, and we're going to start making those steps.
Appreciate it, Creed.
Yeah, Creed, we heard all week about, this was the challenge and the ability to try to live up to the standard. And, it seemed like you guys were incredibly focused. How is it even more disappointing when you come off a week of practice like that to still not be able to perform at the level that you needed to this evening?
Yeah, definitely. This one hurts a lot because, I felt, and the other leaders on this team felt this team had a great week of practice. Everybody was focused in. Everybody was locked in. Just competitive plays didn't fall our way today, and it hurts. It hurts like hell. But I mean, all we can do is pick ourselves up and get ready for this next one.
Yeah, Creed, I want to talk about that next one. You guys got Texas on deck. It's obviously going to be a very different environment at the Cotton Bowl. How do you rebound from 2 consecutive losses going up against your closest rival?
Yeah, we have to learn from these past 2 games, see what we've been doing wrong, and work our asses off to fix it this next week. Texas is a tough team. It's going to be a tough game, and we need to come fully prepared for it. So I mean, this week of practice has to be, off. It has to be ridiculously good, and we have to attack it the right way. We can't hold our heads down, because we've lost 2 in a row. We have to get over that, get back up, and go on to the next one. So, I'm excited to see how this team responds to this.
Go back to Ryan Avery from the Oklahoma.
Yeah, Creed, they're in the fourth quarter. Get some momentum with the turnover and touchdown there to take the lead again. What happened after that that y'all just couldn't sustain that momentum offensively?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but we have to be able to fight through that no matter what. So we talk about playing to the standard, and that's what we plan on doing. It doesn't matter who has momentum, what throughout the game. We have to take the punches. We have to give the punches back out. It doesn't matter, momentum this, momentum that. That's all great and all, but if we're not playing to the standard we need to play to, then the momentum means nothing. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, Creed, what was Spencer Rattler like throughout practice this week, and what was he like tonight in his first road start?
Yeah, really composed, mentally focused. He was very mentally focused. You could tell he wanted this one bad, and he did it. He did a great job tonight. We obviously as an offensive line need to give him better protection, but he did a great job tonight. And yeah, I mean he had a great week of practice with it, so I wasn't surprised that he had a good night tonight. But
Ryan Avery from the Oklahoma.
Yeah, Pat, yet again, some struggles, inability to complete turnovers on the back end, a lot of penalties. What do you think was the biggest issue tonight for this defense, and how frustrating is this for this to happen yet again?
The biggest issue was, missed tackles and just beating ourselves. I had an opportunity to make 2 interceptions, failed to pull through, missed a couple tackles. Guys on the defense, we missed a couple tackles and things like that. We really beat ourselves with respect to the penalties playing DB. I mean, there really isn't an alternative. You know, you're guarding guys who are 6'6", 6'5". You know, if we're not that physical, then, you know, it's probably going to be a catch. So, you know, sometimes it just comes with the game. You got to chalk it up to the game. It's a part of playing defensive back. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's difficult. You know, you think about how much you invest into this game, you know, playing through a pandemic, you know, working out with masks on, being at school, you know, from 6 in the morning to 8 at night. And, you know, sometimes you feel like you love the game so much, but the game don't love you back. And I think that's probably the best way to describe, you know, how we feel right now. But it is what it is. You know, we just got to keep on pushing. We got to lean into adversity. We can't run away from it. We got to meet things head on and keep building.
Appreciate it, Pat.
Humphreysville from Cedar Scoop.
Yeah, Pat, Isaiah and Josh were able to get that takeaway late, but, you know, you guys had a lot of chances early. How tough is that mentally to keep trying to bounce back, knowing those chances just kept slipping away?
It's tough. During the game, of course, you know, you can't think about the last play. You just got to keep on moving. You got to keep on pushing forward. But now, looking back at the game and, you know, looking at the impact that I could have had on the game, Boot could have had on the game, you know, if we would have came away with those turnovers, we would have had a completely different ball game. And that's hard, you know. And I think we invest so much into this, and, you know, it's just difficult sometimes, you know, whenever you don't make the plays that you expect to.
Parker to SI Sooners.
Yeah, Pat, on the heels of this disappointment tonight, how do you guys prepare for a matchup with your fiercest rival coming up? And how do you get yourself in the right place to go in there and take them on the Cotton Bowl next weekend?
I think the biggest thing is just focus on ourselves. There's plays, you know, tonight that you know we got beat, we got out executed, but I mean majority of our bad plays came from us beating ourselves, from us missing tackles, from us failing to come away with takeaways, you know, or whatever it is. So I think the biggest thing we need to do is focus on ourselves. You know, whenever we are focused on ourselves, whenever we're playing elite football, I mean it looks elite, you know. Teams struggle to move the ball against us, but whenever we fail to execute our job and do the simple things, it looks horrible. So.
Go back to Brian Avery from the Oklahoma.
Yeah, Pat, you touched on it in that first answer, but missed tackling was an issue tonight. Last week, it didn't seem like that was one of the big things that plagued y'all. Where did you feel like that came from? And at what point does this become, you know, not out of the norm, but just what this defense is?
What you said, what this defense is?
The second part of that was overall defensively, but specifically about the missed tackles. What do you feel like the issue was there?
Just, you know, I think sometimes whenever we get in the game, it's like, you know, we're so antsy to make a play. We're so thought out on you know, making a play that we, you know, miss the simple things. You know, you're trying so hard to make a play, you forget to take the extra step. You forget to do the little details and things like that. And then I think that's where that comes from.
Appreciate it.
Go back to Parker then.
Yeah, Pat, again, moving ahead to next week, Texas is coming off a loss as well. So, in your mind, what's this game for two teams that are coming off disappointments going to come down to? And how do you guys put yourself in a better position?
I think, you know, the best way to put ourselves in a better position is just, you know, focus on us, focus on the standard of who we are as a defense and who we are as a football team. Like I said earlier, whenever we're playing 11-man football, everybody's on the same page. Everybody's, you know, focused on the details of the game. You know, we look elite on defense. You know, guys struggle to move the ball, but whenever you know, we play with clutter, you know, we get too antsy to make plays and things like that. That's whenever we're playing our B game, and then if we're playing our B game, you know, anybody can beat us.